Good morning, it's Steve on day 8 of the 90-day challenge. This morning we got canola oil information. Because of the public scare over animal fats, sales of vegetable oils of all types have increased. It was established in their wisdom that oils high in polyunsaturated fats were especially beneficial. Animal fats are high in saturated fatty acids. The obsession with polyunsaturated versus saturated fats led researchers and nutritionists to overlook some of the other vegetable oils that we know are crucial to health, including susceptibility to rancidity, ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids, and its relevance in inflammatory diseases and immune system function, possible presence of irritating or toxic compounds, in particular plant oils. I should know that canola oil, its previous name was rapeseed oil, was used as an industrial lubricant until they found a cheap way of making it and threw it in to the human food chain. However, to some unverified sources that claim the Canadian government and the canola oil industry, and it's originated from Canada, paid the US FDA $50 million to have canola oil placed on the GRAS list, generally recognised as safe, which allowed the canola industry to avoid lengthy and expensive approval processes, including medical research on humans. Experimental rats were fed canola oil, developed fatty degeneration of the heart, kidney, adrenals and thyroid gland. On withdrawal of the canola oil from their diets, the deposits dissolved, but the scar tissue remained on all vital organs. And despite that, the canola oil industry still say it's safe. But if you've got to heat an oil above 40 degrees for any length of time, you destroy it. And it doesn't become any good at all. The Canola Council of Canada published a report that focuses on the high polyunsaturated fatty acid content and the presumed benefits of polyunsaturated oils. They also tried to link it to a Mediterranean type diet when it was never used in the Mediterranean. The presence of long chain fatty acids, including uric acid, eruic acid even, which are thought by some to cause CNS degeneration, heart disease and cancers. God, that sun's bright. Oh look, there's a fish place. Billingsgate. Although Chinese and Indian peoples have long used rapeseed oil in cooking, it was not refined and processed to the extent of modern commercial methods. Modern methods are trying to say that they've been around for generations when they haven't. They're relatively new in the last few years. The only oils that are really any good for consumption is almond, olive and sesame. They're the best for human health. And the Ayurvedic physicians have said safflower, soybean and rapeseed oils are undesirable for human consumption except when no other oil source were available. Studies of high lung cancer rates in Chinese women suggest that what cooking with rapeseed oil is responsible, rather than tobacco smoking, which is only a weak factor. Chinese rapeseed oil tended to produce the highest emissions of potential carcinogenic or mutagenic compounds, 1.3 butadiene, benzene, acrolein and formaldehyde, which compared to the same with soybean and peanut oil. Canola oil contains long-chain fatty acids, uric acid, which is irritative to the mucous membranes. It's been correlated with development of fibrotic lesions of the heart, CNS degenerative disorders, lung cancer, prostate cancer, anemia and constipation. Canola oil derives from the Brassica campestris and B. napus, which have been selectively bred to reduce the uric acid content. However, some health professionals feel there is still too much present in canola oil products. Some critics of canola oil focus on the fact that rapeseed was an industrial lubricant and it was known to be unfit for human consumption. So it's been bred out, or most of it, which as far as I can see is either genetically engineered or it's been genetically modified. Another GMO. The long chain acids found in canola oil have been found to destroy the sphingomyelin surrounding nerve cells in the brain, in some cases leading to a degenerative brain condition similarly to mad cow disease, which is bovine spongiform encephalopathy. I didn't pronounce that right, but hey. In advanced cases, the brain tissue developed a Swiss cheese-like appearance full of holes. Illnesses and conditions have been associated with canola oil consumption include loss of vision. Retinal capillaries are very sensitive and easily damaged, and a wide range of neurological disorders. The high temperature used in canola oil refining will damage many of the essential fatty acids, which are more susceptible to damage by heat than saturated fats. Heat may convert many of the unsaturated double bonds to the trans configuration. While high quality fatty acids are required for human health, in their damaged or rancid form they become harmful. Additional problems with canola oil include the presence of minute but dangerous thioglycides, which have a thyrotoxic effect. You could lose your thyroid over it. To reduce the concentration of these compounds requires processing with alkalizing agents plus high temperatures. Unfortunately, the high temperature used in the processing have other undesirable effects, the most serious of which is the conversion of unsaturated fats to the trans form. There we go. Rapeseed oil has been selectively bred and genetically engineered in an attempt to reduce the processing methods and get rid of the toxic components. Prior to its entry into the health market, which was one big mistake, it was known as rapeseed oil. But savvy professionals doing the marketing knew the health food was heavily dominated by young college-educated women who would not purchase a repulsive sounding product called rapeseed oil. So they changed it to canola oil, as in Canadian oil. It's been heavily promoted by the Canadian government and agricultural organisations. The oil, the name rolls off the tongue with a mellifluous sound. Canola. Canadian. Yeah, just shows, doesn't it? God bless the pharmaceutical and the big agricultural complex. The biochemistry in plants and natural food products is complex. The total effect given food of human health is dependent upon medical chemical constituents and their interaction with biochemical pathways in the body. To alter our diets based on scientific evidence take in effect only a few reactions to unhealthy oils and fats of the type we're talking about. It can include joint pain, aggravation of arthritic conditions, and a general tendency to have increased tissue irritability and inflammation. And in the case of unhealthy fats such as hydrogenated oil, excessive amount of fried foods, abdominal fullness and indigestion. While these may also be due to the factor in the quality oils, it's important how one feels immediately to within several days after eating specific types of fats is a good indication of whether your fat consumption is healthy or unhealthy. The bottom line, avoid canola oil. There's too much doubt about its safety. Recommendations of oils and fats which are essential include moderate amounts of meat from clean sources, i.e. organically grown, of beef, lamb and other red meats, poultry and fish, especially sardines and mackerel, plus olive, almond or sesame oil. Of all the vegetable oils, olive oil is probably the safest, as these have been traditionally used in various cultures for thousands of years. Individual differences in metabolism will dictate the needs for more or less of these types of fats or oils. However, with the mass production of millions of bottles of oil, all claiming to be organic, maybe we should take it easy and just go for the more organic. Taste the oil first. If it tastes disgusting, it's rancid, throw it out. If you've got so-called healthy oil tablets of raw oil, which are good for you, as long as it hasn't been processed above 46 degrees for any length of time, or it's been cold pressed. If it still tastes disgusting, the cold press, that particular brand is not very good. So unless you can make it in your kitchen, don't bother doing it. However, not everybody can. Cold presses are expensive, so you've got to go with what is recommended. But I'd recommend you taste it first, then avoid it if it's rancid. And you'll find that most oils that are for sale now do taste rancid because they've been processed at high temperatures. There's some ducks over there, they're pretty quiet. Anyhow, that is today. To change the name doesn't mean they've changed the oil. It's still good as an industrial lubricant. Remember that when you're buying it, and avoid mass-produced so-called healthy oils in the supermarkets. It might be cheap. You've got to remember, you get what you pay for. That's me, Steve. This is day 8. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.